Junior Blast Cheerleaders. We'll hear from those Junior Blast Cheerleaders a little later on in tonight's game. Here comes the gang from Hereford Soccer. The Baltimore Beltway champion runner-ups, Premier Soccer. Strikers, the Bowie Bulldogs, Barusa, ASA Soccer. Here come the Baltimore Bays. AFC Soccer. Northern Elite Soccer. ASA Soccer. Towson United Soccer. Here come some more members of the Bowie Bulldogs. AFC Soccer. They are the Beltway champions. Give it up for AFC Soccer. HFC United. All part of our Parade of Champions, brought to you by Mary Properties, Care First, Shop Soccer, Rosedale Roofing, Advanced Radiology, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Middletown Soccer in the house. Old Line Football Club. Here come some more members of the Baltimore Bays. Old Line Football Club. Association of Columbia. Harry Hall White Marsh Soccer in the house. All part of our Parade of Champions. We want to hear from all of our youth tonight as you cheer on your Baltimore Blast. ASA Soccer. Antietam United Soccer. Towson United Soccer. Hickory Soccer. Amerton Rec Purple Panthers. FC USA. Lots of members of the Freedom Soccer Club here tonight. Old Line Football Club. part of Glendon Soccer Club. We want to hear from all of you tonight as you cheer on your Baltimore Blast when they get ready to take on the Dallas Sidekicks. House in Town Soccer. More members of the Freedom Soccer Club. Essex Impact in the house. Churchville Soccer. HFC United. Frederick Soccer Club. Perry Hall, White Marsh Soccer. That's going to wrap it up for tonight's Parade of Champions. Let's give it up for all these great youth here tonight representing soccer in the state of Maryland. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Royal Farms Arena for tonight's MASL matchup between the visiting Dallas Sidekicks and your Baltimore Blast. Ladies and gentlemen, this time, let's meet the visiting Dallas Sidekicks. Defender number 2, David Kamali.
On the season, 3-game losing streak, 8-6 last night to Florida. The Sidekicks are 5 games back of Sonora in the Southwest. The Blast, on the other hand, lead the East at 6-3. They're 2 games ahead of Harrisburg, who lost last night at Syracuse. But, Paul, the Blast coming off a 7-4 loss at the Heat, and maybe the balance of power a little bit is starting to shift in the division.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the Blast are being challenged right now. They're just 2 games ahead of both Syracuse and Harrisburg. And, they're just 2-2 in the last 4 games. I mean, they did a nice job going on the road, winning a couple of games, had a long road trip. Now they're back home. You just saw Dallas being introduced, number 15, Cameron Brown. He's been the story for them, Gary. 22 straight games with a goal. He set the Dallas all-time record, besting tattoos mark of 21 games. And he's going to be a force. And, for the Blast, Pat Healy back just in time because this is a very formidable front line for Dallas.
And this is the second meeting between the Blast and the Dallas Sidekicks this year. For more on the first, let's head down to the field and in the box with Andrew Primrose. Andrew?
Well, Gary, this game, December 16th, first time these 2 teams met. It had been 13 years since the teams had gotten together. The longtime rivals in the former iterations of this league. They got together for the first time on December 16th down in Dallas. Final score 8-4 in favor of the Blast. But that's a little deceiving. It was tied late in the third quarter, 4-4, when Tony Donatelli took over. 3 straight goals, 2 of them power play goals, and then the Blast added 2 sixth attacker goals there to kind of stretch that game out there. But for the Blast, it was not an easy game. They're going to see Eduardo Macias in goal for Dallas again. He gave up 6 goals the first time around when these 2 teams met.
Starting lineups and keys in a moment, but time now for our pregame introduction.
Another save! Chance now! Towards the goal line, Williams!
There it is.
He scores! Baltimore wins the game! Williams makes the play!
3-0 Missouri.
Oh! No! It's in there! It's over! Oh, a great save! It's in the net! Watch, it's in there! Look at this, Levy with a shot, scores!
7-4 is the final.
Botayú busca disparo, bien la tapada por parte de Marcela, bien disparo una vez más, Mosquet francés, Roji con la pelota, Obasi, el gol, gol de Baltimore, arranca la muerte súbita, el tiempo de muerte súbita son 10 minutos, pero realmente se va a jugar hasta que alguien anote gol, pase lo que pase, viene Henry con la pelota, recordemos que haciendo la corrección, pero no está jugando por un jugador menos porque el tiempo extra del juego se mantiene como si fuera este partido, por eso que la suspensión sigue siendo igual para el equipo de Baltimore. ¡Dispara el gol! ¡Gol! Y el Baltimore Blast es campeón de la Major Arena Soccer League.
It's time to meet your 2017 Baltimore Blast. Starting in goal this evening, number 0, William Benzella. Forward, number 4, Andrew Hoxie. Defender, number 6, Josh Hughes. Forward, welcome back to the Blast lineup, number 8, Lucas Roque. Starting on defense, back in the Blast lineup in Baltimore, number 9, Pat Healy. Starting in midfield, number 11, Tony Donatelli. Defender, number 12, Adriano Dos Santos. Defender, number 13, Jeremy Reilly. Midfielder, number 18, Travis Pittman. Forward, number 21, Daniel Peruzzi. Starting at forward, number 22, Juan Herrera. Midfielder, number 23, Jonathan Mello. Forward, number 24, Sofian Tigua. Starting on defense, number 26, Elton D. Oliveira. Starting it forward, number 28, Vinny Dantas. Defender, number 78, Nelson Santana. And now your Blast coaches, the assistant coach of your Baltimore Blast, David Basco. And the head coach of your Baltimore Blast, Danny Kelly. There they are, Blast fans, your 2017 Baltimore Blast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. How about a nice round of applause for the St. John School and the Children's Chorus of Carroll County. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Dallas Sidekicks, brought to you by Rosedale Roofing. Here is the starting lineups for your Baltimore Blast, brought to you by Rosedale Roofing. Starting on defense, number
Kelly in the
26.
midfield, and then Pereira and Dantas up front for your Baltimore Blast.
And it'll be up to Oliveira and Healy, as well as the other defenders in the rotation, to watch Cameron Brown out of Garland, Texas, who has that 22-game goal-scoring streak, like you said, which is a new record for Dallas. And when I tell you that he broke Tattoo's old record of 20, that's quite an accomplishment.
No doubt about it. You look at this team, the Blast had some issues in Harrisburg defensively. Obviously, Pat Healy trying to get used to his old teammates again. It's going to be a process for him on that back line. And Dallas is going to present some problems to the Blast as far as the offense goes. Blast has to take advantage of their chances and really keep Dallas on their toes. Back-to-back for them on the road. You want to make them run around. You want to make them chase. You want to possess as much as you can. And that's kind of what the Blast game is. So we'll see if the Blast can really, as we say, dictate the pace and tempo. Obviously, Brown and Lovegrove big up front for Dallas. And as always, free kicks and power plays, the kind of hidden goals in the indoor game, the ability to score in those situations off of key mistakes by your opponents sometimes decides wins and losses here in the MASL.
And Andrew, Paul talks about on the road, Dallas, this is the back end of a 2-game road trip for the Sidekicks. They lose last night to Florida, and they just got into town a couple of hours before the game.
Yeah, horrific travel arrangements for them as they left this morning. And each storm going up and down the East Coast. Actually, weirdly enough, usually the storms pull north of Baltimore. This one goes further south, affecting the lower part of the country. And so for Dallas, tough travel up here. They actually came right from the airport, pulled in about 5:30. So not only having to play back-to-back, but having to deal with the travel as well. Tough task for them.
That's insane. They landed
crazy.
at 5:30.
Crazy. How can they ever be prepared to play this game? But, sometimes,
roll the ball out and go play, right?
Right. When does this ever happen? But sometimes it's just good. You just go out and play. You don't even think about it.
No time to think.
Interesting note on the Dallas Sidekicks head coach, Simon Bozas. He's assisted by Willie Milano. Bozas is U.S.-born and Argentinian raised. He was a third-division player in Argentina, but eventually emigrated back to America to pursue a degree in finance and became an entrepreneur, and a very successful entrepreneur at that, but he never let soccer go. He's always kept it in his heart, and he finds himself now the new head coach of the Dallas Sidekicks.
Of course, these two franchises, the most few of the most storied in the league.
Obviously.
Great history. You go back and even some of the ties. You talk tonight. It's you look at Ricardinho. He was here in Baltimore. He's now in the Dallas roster. But look at Sagu, who's one of the all-time greats for Baltimore. Came from Dallas and was the sidekick before he was a Baltimore Blast player and actually played against the Blast for the Dallas Sidekicks. So these two teams tied together.
There are two things that both the Sidekicks and the Blast have in common from the old MISL days. They both won one championship, and they could never beat the San Diego Sockers. So there is some stuff there. Eduardo Macias is in goal tonight for Dallas. The starter is Juan Gamboa. He didn't make the trip. And, of course, William Vanzella in goal tonight for the Blast. Dallas in the road white and the green trim. The Blast in the home red. We're just about ready to get this one underway. Tony Donatelli wears the captain's bars. The Sidekicks have it first. And here we go from the Royal Farms Arena. A lazy pass right away. And the Blast are all over it with Vinny Dantas.
Blast are going to want to pressure and try to create turnovers. That was a big problem for Dallas in Florida last night.
And again, the Sidekicks just getting a couple of hours here in Baltimore. They didn't even go to their hotel after arriving at about 5:30 this afternoon on a very long trip. Speaking of long trip, here's Victor Eligwe for Dallas. Coast to coast, good defense by the Blast in the corner. It was Elton on the defense, and a ball goes over against Dallas. It'll be a kick in for the Blast.
And the big concern for Dallas has to be Donatelli. What an impressive performance. Andrew Primos talked about it. Donatelli had a hand in 5 straight goals for the Blast in that game. 2 assists on that third and fourth goal, and then the consecutive hat trick to give the Blast that 7-4 lead in Dallas. He will be a man that will be marked tonight for the Sidekicks.
And overall this year, Donatelli 11 goals, 10 assists. He's 9th in the league in assists. 21 points through the first 9 games for Baltimore. That one just wide by Sophie Turgu, who has checked in. And the Blast now maintain possession in the midfield.
Turgu took that shot and nutmegged his defender and almost stuck one in.
And they almost buried
almost
that one.
Almost gets it in the box, yep. Turgu takes a spill. Ball comes out towards midfield. Kept in by John Mello, who has a 7-game goal-scoring streak of his own for the Blast. That's the longest of his career. 7 goals, 2 assists in the last 7 games for Jonathan Mello.
The first good chance definitely goes to the Blast. A great pass off the boards. But Turgu unable to keep it on target.
The Sidekicks are 4-7 on the year, struggling to make the playoffs in a very tough division with Sonora, who's 8-1. The reality, though, guys, in that 4-7 record, 3 of those 4 wins have come against El Paso, and El Paso was winless this year. They're 0-10.
It's a desperate team, Gary. I mean, you look at the standings, and you mentioned it's Sonora on top in that division, and already, halfway through the season, a little bit more, and the Dallas Sidekicks are 6 games out in the loss column. So a loss tonight would be devastating to their hopes of a division championship, not that they're not on life support already as it is.
Just underway here in the first. No score between the Sidekicks and the Blast. The last time Dallas came to Baltimore was at the end of the 2003-04 season. It was a playoff game, a semifinal game, and the Blast beat Dallas 6-1 in that game. Here's Vanzella with a save. And then the Blast went on and beat Milwaukee 3 games in a row for their 2nd championship in 2 years.
It's a really crafty move by Cameron Brown as he held down Jeremy Raley.
Headed outside the box by Mike Jones and sent back up the field. And Cameron Brown is definitely the player to watch for Dallas. And there's a foul called inside the box. It'll be on the Blast.
Outside the box. It's going to be right outside the box.
I mean, that's got to be a card if the foul's going to be called, right?
Well, he was reaching in his pocket, and there it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't agree with the call, but if you make that call, you have to pull the card there and have to give the shootout.
Well, but if it's inside the box, I guess it's not inside the box.
It wasn't inside the box. It was literally, it was pretty close to where the top of the arc, and I agree with Andrew. I don't think that was a foul, but if you're going to call that, then it is definitely a shootout.
Yeah, no, that's the right move there, but.
Hey, maybe Dallas can wait till they blow the whistle before they leave the midfield stripe here, right?
Jamie Lovegrove, a striker from England, native of Crawley, England, will take it. He's got 14 goals on the year, 10th in the league in goals scored. The penalty is on Santana, 2 minutes for tripping. And here they go, the shootout. And wide, and the ball is in play. And the Blast will dodge that and at least have a chance to kill the penalty.
I was joking about that issue earlier in the season, but nobody for Dallas even ran towards the goal that time. And when the ball missed wide, it was all Blast players there waiting for the rebound. Missed opportunity for Dallas that time.
The rule on that is that the player, the one-on-one, the shooter, is backed up by every single player on both teams.
Right.
And as soon as the whistle is blown, play is in. The shooter has 5 seconds to shoot on goal.
You're not allowed to start running and then be at the yellow line when the whistle blows.
That is true, which we've seen.
We saw that earlier this year. But,
right.
But this is a key moment already. I mean, this was just what the doctor ordered for Dallas. So, back to back, they get an opportunity here. They need to cash in.
Dallas on the year, 13 of 31, 42% on the power play. Blast are 75% on the penalty kill. That's good for 5th in the league. The power play goal scorers for Dallas, 3 each for Lovegrove and Brown, and they're both out there right now. DeSantos buys that foul. And the Blast have killed a minute 12 of the penalty. 48 seconds remain. And that's another thing, Paul, with Roquet and Pat Healy back, that'll give the Blast power play unit a big boost.
Absolutely. Not that they needed it. I mean, they were pretty good anyway.
Yeah, they've been good. 9 of 20, 45%. It's good for 4th in the league, and this one will be out of bounds. Looks like it'll be off Dallas.
No. That's a push in the back. It's a foul.
Push.
Yeah. That's on Brown.
Does not agree with it at all.
Free kick for Healy in the Blast. Blast are 6th and 3 on the year. It's the worst 9-game start for the Blast since the 2011-12 season. In the last 4 seasons, the Blast have started 9-0, 3 of the 4 seasons, and 7-2 the other year.
Blast drag virtually the rest of the power play off as do a great job of being able to play keep away.
The penalty is killed. The teams are at even strength. Here comes Santana now.
One of the few penalties I've ever seen in my life where the shorthanded team controlled possession more than the man-up team.
And got a shot off. That one wide of the net, held in by Dallas. Controlled by Cody Ellis in the midfield, and now they'll have to chase it back. Ricardinho, at 37 years of age, is still playing, former Blast player. Up ahead, pass for Videla. He's got 7 goals on the year, good for 4th on the team. I mean, Dallas can score, there's no doubt about it. But the play is different in the Western Conference. It's much more wide open in the West.
Except when you play in Sonora.
Well,
it's still wide open.
It's just a whole other game.
Yeah. It's just a lot smaller.
Playing a different sport.
It's kind of like knock hockey. Well, Andrew, you're probably not even old enough to know what knock hockey is.
No.
Is anyone?
Is that something you guys played in the 1800s?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You guys are the best. If there's anybody out there over 50 years old, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Sure, Gary, yeah.
No, knock hockey was the greatest, man. I used to call play-by-play to knock hockey.
Is that where you got your start?
That's basically it, yeah. That's exactly. I started when I was 4 years old.
Civil War era?
Radio hadn't been invented yet, so that's always waiting on.
Radio? What's that crazy invention? Pat Healy in the midfield now for the Blast. Pat knows what knock hockey is.
No chance.
Dantas off the boards, intended for Healy. Sent away by Dallas. Yeah, nice play there.
I'm sure Pat's great-grandfather knows. You guys went to high school together, right, Gary?
We sure did, yeah. We both earned letters in our senior year.
Were they wooden?
Carved out of stone.
Paul, I'm not that much older than you, bud. I just want to tell you.
I'm just having fun right now.
I know you are. You know what? It's all good. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. Haven't seen you guys from last year.
I can't believe another year alive. Incredible.
Donatelli now for the Blast in a scoreless game about halfway through the first quarter. Lucas Roque now for a shift for the Blast. Last year's MVP of the playoffs. Good work here by Turgu.
You can't do that. You can't play the ball back into the box for yourself.
Macias doesn't seem to have a great arm. And Elton will let that one play through. Here's DeSantos now for the Blast. He and Healy now are basically the senior members of the club. Donatelli tries to thread one off the boards. That one blocked by the Sidekicks. Good work here. Here's Garza now for Dallas. Up ahead, a toe poke and off the boards. Vanzella will make the play.
Good read by William. Read that right off the foot, yeah.
Blast fans, Advanced Radiology is proud to be the official medical imaging provider of the Blast. When you need fast, accurate results, trust a team of experts at Advanced Radiology. Visit advancedradiology.com for a location near you.
William's been doing this a lot more lately. We were talking about this in the pregame. I think he wants a goal.
Well, he almost scored, was it in Syracuse?
Yep. Just missed, just to the outside.
Good work there by Mello on the turn. Dallas, though, controlling in the midfield. They'll send it out towards the boards.
I guess if you're William and you're already the best goalkeeper in the league, why not try and be the best offensive goalkeeper?
Well, I mean, he's got the shutout this year, so that's taken care of. Now he's got to get the goal. Cameron Brown checks out. Blast have done a good job on him early. Checking in is Videla, number 91, their big target man. That'll be a battle.
Oh, great play.
Back heel, blocked. Good play, as it was Hoxie that followed it for the Blast.
That was a great settle and a great pass for Dallas. And good defensive reaction by the Blast and very heads-up play by Vanzella. Very active play to get out there in the top of the box and make that play.
Yeah, the Blast have had to be active on defense in general so far. There's a little bit of a miscommunication.
I don't think so.
Oh, look at this, an own goal into the back of the net off of Binning on the cross from Donatelli, and the Blast lead at 1-0.
Even when he doesn't put it on goal, it goes in for Donatelli, and he's just been on fire against Dallas, and the heat streak continues. And I don't think that was a miscommunication, Gary. I think Dantas let that go on purpose. And I don't think it worked out as well as he thought it was going to as it got into the corner, but Donatelli made it work. The Blaster on the board, 1-0.
Completely agree, Paul. I think Dantas ran that off knowing that Donatelli had room to run on.
Yeah, he runs off here. Donatelli runs on to the ball. And then it doesn't develop into much. Donatelli does a nice job just to turn and put it towards goal. Lucky sometimes, and that's exactly what happened. It goes in the back of the net.
That's the 12th goal for Donatelli on the year, 22nd point, 4th against Dallas in 2 games. A timeout on the field, and that'll give us a chance, guys. You know, we don't talk often enough, actually, about some of the great things that the Blast do in the community, and they are a leader as far as sports teams in this area is concerned. And, Andrew, you know about something that they did that was really cool this past week.
Nice choice of words there, Gary. Absolutely.
Tragically passed away this past week, and it's been a rough couple weeks for the Cool Kids campaign, and nice to see them be able to bring the kids out here to the Blast practice on Thursday and get the kids involved with the players, and the Blast players do so many of those things.
Rob Belanger passing away at the age of 47, as you say, son of Mark Belanger, great shortstop of the Baltimore Orioles, who also passed away at a young age in his early 50s from lung cancer, and of course our thoughts and prayers go out to the Belanger family. Let's take a look at the last play here, which will be a foul on the Blast. With 5:12 now left to go in the first period, the Blast leading at 1-0.
It's been a tough new year for Baltimore. The loss of Rob and, of course, the loss of Keon Carpenter.
Age of 39. Tragic accident in Miami. Free kick now for Dallas, top of the box. You had talked about it earlier, Paul, the hidden game within a game, the goals off set pieces and how important they are in the indoor game. William equal to the task there. Blast gave up a restart goal at Harrisburg, which kind of turned the tide. Here's a nice run down the side. And that's Juan Pereira with some speed. Dallas doing a good job of recovering there.
Oh, bad luck there.
Ball will still be in play. Yep.
Carrying right off the dasher there. And by the way, that assist on the Donatelli goal goes to William Vanzella.
So he's got his assist.
Well, there you go. William breaks down the scoreboard.
You know, I was looking, too. I think that deflection went off Brown, so I don't know if we can count that. Technically, 23.
No, that's not a goal for him. Dantas denied there by the defense, Lovegrove.
Well, we can at least say 23 straight games he's kicked the ball into the net.
You could say that. Aguayo keeps it alive, back to Lovegrove, and that's going to be a illegal procedure. Henderson Webb is the official apartment provider of the Blast. If you need an apartment, Henderson Webb offers studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments in and around Baltimore. To take a tour of our brand new floor plans, call us at 410-628-1002 or visit us on the web at aptrent.com. Also, the bagels, THB Bagels in Delhi, voted Baltimore's best bagels 6 years in a row. EatTHB.com.
Good strike by Donatelli there off the wall, off the hand, and then just over top the bar.
Aguayo got a foot on that one, but the ball is held in by the Blast. This game has settled now down into a familiar pattern for the Blast, and that is possession and making Dallas chase. Dallas chased Florida all night last night in Lakeland. Here's Roque now for the Blast, seeing his first action this year. Got a leave of absence from the team for the birth of his son. And now playing in his first game tonight. Donatelli with a strike, and that one just wide. Held in by DeSantos with a drive, and Macias comes up with a save on that one.
Outstanding job keeping that on frame, and a big-time save there.
That ball was moving.
I thought the first goal would be big tonight, and I didn't think Dallas wanted to chase a game again tonight, and that's exactly the position they're in right now.
Roque in the corner, picked up by Aguayo. DeSantos surveying the field. The one defining characteristic of the Blast is their goals against. 3.34 goals against this year. It's one full goal better than the next team in the league, and that is a huge difference. The Blast at 3.44, Kansas City's at 4.40, San Diego at 4.70, and Cedar Rapids at 4.91.
Okay, take it down. Foul called on Dallas. Here's the replay. Aguayo got his hand around the waist, and not a lot of contact, but once you put the hand around the waist, the referee's going to see that and make the call.
Mello on it for the Blast. Good cross. That one just wide.
Thomas would unleash that one and hit the bar.
That was a drive by Thomas, no doubt. Santana making a move towards the middle. And on the return, it's kicked over the glass. Actually, technically not over the glass, just over the boards.
Technically, that was inside the yellow line, so that probably should have been top of the arc, right?
Technically. Pereira, nice move, gets inside his man, and a good save by Macias.
Pereira's technically really fast.
How about that pass by Donatelli?
How about Macias is like under siege right now. Nice footwork there by Healy. Oh, look at this ball movement. Look at this pass to Hoxie off the boards. This could be a shot. That'll be out of bounds off Healy. It'll be a goalkeeper distribution for Dallas.
I think he's good.
Look at this replay. Look at this pass by Donatelli, little flip. And a big save by Macias there. Wow.
Blast Soccer brought to you by Mr. Tire. They care about you and your vehicle and will beat any competitor's total price by 5%. Visit MrTire.com today.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the Blast spent the last 5 minutes in the Dallas zone?
It's not just you.
Feels that way to Dallas, too.
Dallas lucky to be down 1-0. Nice step in by DeSantos. That'll be a goalkeeper distribution. Blast Soccer brought to you by Fremont Mortgage. If you're looking to refinance or buy a home, call Fremont Mortgage Funding. Your loan is handled here in Baltimore, not out of state. So don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Go to Fremont Mortgage, 1-800-955-8508 for a free analysis.
Manzella, a victim of that glassless area on the side as the ball hits on the turf and it takes hop over that dasher.
Macias distributes up ahead to Brown, who's been silent tonight. Again, he's got a 22-game goal-scoring streak on the line. He scored against the Blast in the game down in Dallas a couple of weeks ago.
That was a nice job by Brown. Double team came, and he just got rid of the ball to avoid turning it over and allowed Dallas to keep possession.
Mike Jones for Dallas over to Ricardinho. Ricardinho well-traveled. Ontario, the Blast, Milwaukee, Dallas, 37 years of age. Still playing at a high level. 1 minute now left to play in the first. Good pressure there by Donatelli. Now the Blast are pecking around at the yellow line. Elton trying to steal it away. Now Macias has to make a play. That's well done. Yeah. Videla up ahead, double team. Tries to grind through it. Ball taken away by the Blast. They've got 40 seconds here. Here's a man. And just was not able to settle it was Thomas. Macias comes in. And Thomas again.
Thomas was unmarked again in the Dallas end. The Sidekicks are going to have to do a better job of playing defense.
Clark Binning takes it away from Thomas. Long ball up ahead, too far. Elton plays it for the Blast. Here's Thomas again, but that one broken up by Jones. 10 seconds now to play in the quarter. And now a foul called on Thomas.
Here's C. Thomas again, gets behind the defense, and he just doesn't have a good first touch. If he can settle there close to his body, that's probably a goal.
4 seconds now, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is the end of the first quarter. And it was really all Blast in that first quarter. They lead at 1-0, but they had several chances. Eduardo Macias was kind of a magician inside the box for Dallas. We'll take a timeout here in Baltimore and come back with quarter number 2 when we return.
If you think Antwerp and Toyota can't put you in a brand new car based on competitive pricing, trade value, credit, or negative equity, you don't know Jack.
Yes!
Get a 2016 Toyota Highlander LE for only $249 a month, or a 2017 Toyota Camry LE for $159 a month, and a 2017 Toyota Corolla for only $99 a month, or a 2017 Toyota RAV4 for just $159 a month. Do you know Jack?
Yes!
Since the dawn of time, steak has been the unquestionable master of the menu. So to perfect the perfect, we made the Subway Steak and Cheese Footlong just $6 for a limited time. We take lean steak, now triumphantly free of artificial preservatives and flavors, and we cover it with a heavenly blanket of cheese. Yes, cheese. Feeling spicy? Try it with Chipotle Southwest sauce. The Subway Steak and Cheese Footlong, now just $6.
Now we direct your attention to the midfield area. Please welcome the Dent Studio.
Which was actually steered into the back of the net by Cameron Brown of the Sidekicks. Time of the goal was 9:30. William Vanzella got the assist. Blast lead at 1-0. Elsewhere in the MASL, Milwaukee scored 3 unanswered goals in the fourth quarter this afternoon. It took down St. Louis 5-3 in Milwaukee. Max Ferdinand, the former Blast player, scored the game winner at the 9:30 mark of the fourth, and then Ian Bennett later with the icing. 5-3. Milwaukee beats Cedar Rapids, or I should say St. Louis. The Wave now 6-5 in a very competitive Central Division. The top 4 teams, Cedar Rapids, Chicago, Kansas City, and Milwaukee, are separated by just 2 games in that division. Later tonight, Tacoma will be at Baja. Tomorrow afternoon, the Ontario Fury will travel down and take on the San Diego Sockers. Last night, Syracuse outlasted Harrisburg 11-7, the final in that game, tightening up the Eastern Division. Florida over Dallas 8-6. Chicago beat Cedar Rapids last night 7-5 for the 3rd time this year. Cedar Rapids is 0-3 against Chicago this year, 8-0 against the rest of the league. Ontario on the road last night beat Turlock 7-5. Your division leaders right now, the Blast in the East at 6-3. Cedar Rapids at 8-3 in the Central. Sonora in the Southwest at 8-1. And San Diego out west. The Sockers are at 7-3. Quarter number 2 about ready to get underway. The Blast will have it first, leading at 1-0. Blast coached by Danny Kelly, assisted by David Bascom. Kelly and David now in their 11th season together, 8 finals appearances, 4 championships. Kelly himself as player or coach has been a part of all 7 Blast championships since 2003. Shots on goal first period, Blast 9, Dallas 2.
Kind of a funny moment there, the restart there, is Elton Oliveira on the field with Pat Healy to start the game. And obviously Pat getting used to the new teammates he talked about, Gary. And Oliveira ran out. Pat walked out there and said, "Move over, young man. You're on my side."
Just the fact that he called him young man, that's interesting in and of itself. I remember when we all remember when he was the Rookie of the Year back in 2009.
Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
It really does.
Another mistake by Dallas as they kick it out of play, and another top of the arc opportunity for the Blast. They got a real good chance last time.
And they put it into the back of the net, off the restart.
Who else, right? Jeez.
Donatelli, another goal. That's 5 against Dallas.
5 in a row.
We'll be seeing him in their nightmares in Dallas.
Time of the goal, just 36 seconds. Let's watch it here.
Great pass by Healy. He allows Donatelli to step into the pass and score. And you talk about the differences between some guys and what Pat Healy brings to the table. It's a little thing you wouldn't maybe recognize, but the fact that Healy led him into the shot is really what helped Donatelli be able to finish that.
And if you're Dallas, how do you defend that? The ball rolls past Vinny Dantas, who might be one of the best offensive players in this league. Goes to Tony Donatelli, who's had 4 straight goals against this. Or Pat Healy, by the way, former MVP, could have taken the shot himself.
That's why you can't make mistakes. You can't kick the ball out of play in your own end.
That's Healy's second assist now in 3 games since coming back from retirement. Now a foul called on Roque for the Blast. Boy, talk about reinforcements. Blast with 2 all-everything players playing the last half of the year now with Healy and Roque. And as you mentioned, Paul, earlier, Peruzzi gives them some depth.
They were doing okay before they came back.
Yeah, but they just made 2 big trades, basically.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Without giving anything up.
That's right. And don't get, I mean, we all know this. The league is much more competitive this year. The changes that they made in the offseason, streamlining the league, is really come around.
The new ownerships in the division. Andrew Haynes down in Florida and the job he's doing down there. I mean, the big win last night. They beat San Diego and Dallas at home. That's pretty good for an expansion team.
Hey, speaking of them, by the way, how about Robbie Aristodemo playing at, 38, 39 years old over there? He can still play.
Had a goal last night. Played very well for Florida last night.
Looks like he would been doing it for a while.
I think he has. A member of 3 Blast championships back in the mid-2000s.
We're talking about the depth in the division. We talked about Andrew Haynes and the job Florida's doing. Syracuse always a difficult team, and it's there. But then now you got to add Harrisburg as a team that for a long time the Blast many teams in the league would pencil in as a win.
Wow.
And now that team's a good team.
Great job by Carl Delmont to bring on Denison Cabral as head coach, Lester Feliciano as assistant coach, and those guys really getting it done in Harrisburg too. You know,
it's interesting you mentioned that. They're now 4-5 on the year after beating the Blast last week. You know they had 3 wins the last 2 years. They were 1-18 and 2-18 the last 2 years. And also, speaking of Carl Delmont, by the way, I'm vindicated, guys. After we had our knock hockey conversation, Carl Delmont texted me and said, I know knock hockey.
Well, I mean, what are you trying to say, Gary?
I'm trying to say Carl knows knock hockey.
Did you think that we didn't believe you?
Here's the thing, though. Not to disparage Carl, but both of you guys follically challenged. Is that something that bald men know?
I don't think that's an appropriate comment. I don't see how that has to do with anything. You know, Carl's watching, by the way.
Well, Carl's very successful. I was trying to think of things that you would have in common with you. So the only thing I could think of was the lack of hair.
Do we have to start this whole thing up again? Jeez. You guys.
You started it.
I did.
Again.
Back to the play here with 12:20 left in the half. Blast lead at 2-0 on Dallas. Looking for great lunch specials? Go to B-Dubs for their fast break lunch specials starting at just $6.79. Only at your local B-Dubs. Wings, beer, sports. You have to be here.
So, good shot by Pally, the great save. So, Gary, for us that are younger, can you explain the whole concept of, is it knock hockey?
It's called knock hockey. Yeah, I
what?
can explain it very easily.
Okay.
It's basically it's a hockey game, okay, on a wooden board with like dasher boards. It's 2x4, right, on one side, 2x4 on the other, and then you've got the end zone. It's basically that. And then you've got a stick carved out of wood, and you got a puck made out of wood, and you knock the puck around. And there's a square that sits right in front of the goal. That's the goalkeeper, and you got to figure out the angles to get the puck into the back of the net.
Gotcha.
It's what we used to play before they had this thing called video games.
Or like the wheel.
Or like the wheel. Yes, Paul.
No,
or
the
like
thing
the
you
wheel.
have to remember then is they played a lot of games on ice because it was colder in the Ice Age.
That's not a thing. That has nothing to do with anything. 11 minutes left in the half. You know what? I'm not opening up anymore.
No more?
No
You're
more.
gonna close it down?
No,
You're
nothing
you're just
personal.
shutting it down?
I'm not telling you what I did. I'm not telling you what I ate. I'm not telling you where I went. I'm doing none of that. I'm just going to call a game.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
How about
right.
that?
In Dallas.
Believe that when I see it.
Yeah. Here come the blast now. Dantas, good defensive play there by Binning.
Real nice body control there by Benning. Moved the defender off the ball, but didn't foul.
And Dallas now will take over in their end. Tony Guillen. Back to Macias. Blast will pressure that with Mello. And they give it up. Pereira will send it back. William Vanzella in goal tonight for the Blast. Got a shutout against Florida early this year. 6-3 on the year. He's got 9 shutouts in his career.
A good support by Turgu that time to win the ball back for the Blast.
Up ahead for Dantas. Vinny and Tony Donatelli have carried the scoring load. Donatelli now with 13 goals this year. Dantas with 10, so 23 between the two in the first 9+ games.
Add Mello in there, too, in the big 3.
Mello has scored now in 7 straight games. Here's Roque now trying to wheel around. He's fouled by Binning.
You know, Lucas was getting ready to turn the corner and just unload a shot there as he got a step and gets tripped up. He was going to just turn the hips and unload, and before he was dragged down. Another good opportunity here, good restart spot here for the Blast.
So the Blast don't even need to bring in Pat Healy. They got Tony Donatelli, who's been doing this all season. You can let Tony start.
I just shoot.
That's what he does. Macias equal to the task. Just got a note from our good friend Dave Copenhaver. He knows what knock hockey is, by the way, guys. He said his knuckles are hurting. Not that you guys would know anything about that. That's not even a thing for you.
Well, it's like it would be like air hockey, but like, you know, in this like 19th, 20th century, 21st century, right?
Yeah, in the 20th century.
Basically, you know, it
wasn't in the 19th century. I wasn't around in the 19th century.
It's the rudimentary.
It's called the 20th century.
Studying abroad.
Of air hockey. You know, where you have the air.
No, I played air hockey.
Yeah, and you've got the paddles, and you actually the puck actually goes underneath the board. You know.
Paul,
Vanzella equal to the task.
I would like to point out Dave Copenhaver makes it 3 for 3.
Yes.
I love you, Dave. But
8:30 left in this one. Just you wait, Andrew.
That is a good point.
And that one will be way over the glass.
Field goal's good.
By Lovegrove.
There's wide left.
For over 50 years, Rosedale Roofing has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect every time with Rosedale Roofing. Visit them online at rosedaleroofing.com today. Also, Centric Business Systems, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in document management technology. Visit them at www.centricbiz.com. Dallas trying to move out of their own end. Broken up by Healy for the Blast. Nice ball. Up ahead, Hoxie. Off the boards, the return. Blast still in control.
Pat shouldn't be this good after taking half a year off.
Look, I mean, you know, you played the game long enough. That's just a great read to where the ball was going to be. And he just read that ball off the boards. You don't lose that ability.
Vanzella rolls it up ahead for Hoxie. Here's the runner. Santana back to Hoxie.
Ball.
Got a chance.
Oh.
That one just wide. And they'll send it back to Macias. Wow.
It's a beautiful shot from Andrew.
Hoxie had the whole short side, and he just left it a little bit to the right.
Hoxie had a big game against Dallas, too, guys. 2 goals and an assist in that game. He's got 7 in 9 games on the year. Glass will slow it down now. They bring Donatelli on, along with Dantas. Pereira Santana, and Healy.
Nobody marked Donatelli. Nobody saw him.
Healy trying to follow. Here's Dantas still working towards Healy. Oh, look at this! Dantas with a back heel to Healy, and that'll be Pat's first goal of the year.
That's about the prettiest assist you'll ever see. As Dantas drug it through 3 defenders, and then touched the nice back heel pass here to Healy behind the keeper into the back of the net. Wow.
Wow is right. 8:12 is the time of the goal. For Pat Healy, goal number 1 on the year, point number 3. And for Vinny Dantas, you'll never see a nicer assist than that. Number 10, point number 20.
This will be the official timeout as well.
Give us a chance to tell you about PressBox, Maryland's leading sports media company for all your local sports news. Any way you want it, check out PressBoxOnline.com today. And Lito's Pizza proudly sponsors the Blast, a true Maryland original. Lito's Pizza is square because Lito's Pizza never cuts corners. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is committed to the health of our community and especially the health of our children. That's why Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to sponsor the Saves for Kids program with the Baltimore Blast. For every save made by a Blast goalkeeper this season, Care First will donate $20 to the Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Chesapeake. The goal is to reach $20,000 by the end of the season. Thank you to Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield for the Saves for Kids program. Blast Soccer brought to you by DNN Signs, the official sign provider of the Blast for all your signs, vehicle wraps, wall graphics, and imaging solutions. Go to DNNsigns.com to see how we may serve your signage needs. By Chesapeake Insurance. Chesapeake Employers Insurance helps keep workers safe because at the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return. Connect with your local agent or visit us online. By Netacom. Need a new phone system for your business? Netacom provides high-quality business phones for free with every phone line system and high-speed internet plan. Check us out online at Netacom.com. And Blast Soccer also brought to you by the Embassy Suites, located at 222 St. Paul Plaza. Hosts the official post-game party of the Blast due to the away game in Kansas City. The next post-game will be
tonight,
January 7th. Embassy Suites, Inner Harbor, the official hotel of the Blast.
We'll all be there, Gary.
Just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
There's a game going on right now.
Tonight.
Hey, Gary, you talked earlier about the cool stuff the Blast does in the community, but then the team-building activities the Blast get to as well. Coming up on January the 9th, the Blast are going to Charm City Clue Room, and the team's going to go together to work on team chemistry and try and escape in an hour or less to do that. So a team-building exercise for the Blast coming up. Interesting thing is they try and work together to build that team environment.
Big collision here, Vanzella. And I believe it's Eligwe.
Yeah, and it's going to be a foul on Eligwe. Got to love those team-building things. Last month, the Blast went to the new iFly skydiving.
Right, up in
White Marsh.
Right, correct. White Marsh. I was going to say Bel Air. Now, have you done that yet?
I did not.
Okay.
I was actually given an opportunity, but I wasn't in town. And we get a replay here. Vanzella did put a little extra into Eligwe, but he deserved it because he came and really came forcefully into Vanzella. It's one of those situations where if you're going to take the punishment, you give out some of your own, and I think that's what Eligwe's so upset about on the ground there. But
yeah, we saw him bang his elbow against the boards.
Here, watch this replay. Ball comes into the corner now. Eligwe's going to come in strong. Now watch William. What he does, what do you always talk to do? If somebody's going to come in and give you contact, make it hard, make it rough on him, right?
Yeah.
If they're going to come in contact, you make it rough on him. You saw William get that elbow up as he came over to make sure when Eligwe came into him, he was going to pay the price, and that's exactly. I think he caught it right in the rib cage.
I think he also got a knee on him as he came around too. But that was a hard collision. Eligwe has nothing to do with William right now.
And you see him talking to him. That's what William's saying to him. He's like, look, if you're going to come into me, that's what's going to happen to you. And that's what you have to do as a goalkeeper to protect yourself.
And that is a foul on Eligwe, a native of Marietta, Georgia. Has 14 points in 11 games for Dallas. He's a veteran. His career stretches all the way back to the NPSL days. We're going back to the late 90s, early 2000s for that one. Hey, that's us.
There you go.
Happy New Year. I'm Gary, by the way.
He's the old guy.
I'm the knock hockey guy. All right, now everybody knows. Beautiful. Dallas.
Come on, I could have been mean. I could have said I'm the guy with hair. I mean, jeez.
I love you guys. You know that, right?
Could have been a foul call there on Dos Santos, and it looks like the Billings just did not agree with it, and he probably was right there as Dos Santos pulled him down to get the shooting opportunity.
Good play by Thomas to keep it in the Blast possession there. And now Dos Santos will send it back to Vanzella, coming up on 5.5 here in the first. Blast now leading by 3 over the Sidekicks. Oh, Macias had to be alert on that one.
Well, first off, how about the settle that time by Roque, and then the ability to just that quick one touch and then get the quick left-footed shot off that was well meant.
Elton will head it back to the keeper. Binning was in pursuit. Nice ball up here for Donatelli. Look at the one touch now for Mello, or for Turgu, I should say. Good work there by the Blast defense on Cameron Brown.
We have a blue card out. They called the blue card, and they're saying play on.
Elton and Brown were still going at it.
And, well, Binning was tied up with Healy, and I think Healy's going to go for this.
And finally, the blue card is raised and whistle.
I'm not sure why he's going to go. Oh, wait. What?
Ryan Sigich making the call. He's with Sean Papperman and Eduardo Hernandez tonight.
I was watching a wave with Healy and Binning. Was there something else going on with Turgu?
Hold on for a second.
No, there was something else going on with Brown and Elton.
The call is holding. You see the replay here on what happened.
And well, Turgu's going to the box.
Yeah, they called 24 holding.
Last penalty, the number 24, Sofian Turgu. 2 minutes for holding.
So the other referee waved off. That was on the play. That was on the shot where he came down, where he pulled him down. So before what you saw with Healy, that play, they called that there.
Wow, Blast have been called for only 8 penalties all year coming into the game. 2 tonight. That one on Turgu. Blast killed the first penalty successfully. While the Blast have only committed 10 penalties all year now, Dallas has committed 30. They've had to defend the power play 30 times this year, have allowed 8 power play goals. Good ball up ahead, good defense by Donatelli. Pass was intended for Videla.
Already a better power play for Dallas than the last one as they've maintained possession. They say that, they turn it over.
Yeah, but Blast forced to clear, and the Sidekick's able to set up again.
Here comes Ricardinho now for Dallas. Lovegrove with the cross. Have not heard from Cameron Brown yet in this game. I don't even believe he has a shot. Cameron Brown, of course, nursing that 22-game scoring streak, goal-scoring streak, longest in Dallas history. 3:38 now left to go in the period. 1 minute on the power play. Lovegrove denied. Here's a chance for Donatelli if he can get there.
Can't get there, but that's a good job. That rags some serious time. We'll see how much Donatelli has left in the tank back here on the defensive end.
40 seconds now on the power play for Dallas. Target man is Videla. Ellis picked up by Donatelli. Now they cross it.
Brown makes his way into the box now.
Headed away by DeSantos. Well done. You're right, Brown was backdoor.
Oh.
We'll try it again here on the other side. 15 seconds on the power play, and it'll be a goal kick for Vanzella.
Sidekicks needed
Blast
more
are
out of
going to
that
call
one.
timeout.
Timeout
With 2:50 left in the period, we'll keep it here. THB Bagels and Deli, voted Baltimore's best bagels 6 years in a row. Towson, Timonium, Canton, and their newest location in Charles Village, online at eathb.com. MedStar Sports Medicine is the official medical team of the Blast. Trust the sports medicine trained doctors, physical therapists, and certified athletic trainers of the largest sports health program in the area. That's MedStar Sports Medicine. Call 888-44-SPORT or visit medstarsportsmed.org. Well, the Blast lead at 3-0 on a first period goal from Donatelli, a second period goal from Donatelli, and then a beautiful goal from Healy off a backheel pass from Dantas. The Blast have controlled play from the opening kick.
Or it can do. So some of those other teams out in the other divisions, what are they going to look like in the playoffs for the Blast?
Yeah, I mean, that Central Division, guys, is very competitive. Between Cedar Rapids, Chicago, Kansas City, and Milwaukee, only 2 games separate 4 teams.
And 2 of those teams don't make the playoffs.
That's correct. Healy with a nice volley up ahead for Pereira. Couldn't control, so now Dallas in the midfield, coming up on 2 minutes left here in the first half. Blast by 3. Mello, foul called on Dallas. Well played by John Mello.
Pushing foul on the Sidekicks, number 29.
Aguayo that time pushed off after Mello closed the legs and blocked the pass.
His elbows are locked out. You got to make that call every time.
Healy and Vanzella. Now Dallas will pressure the goalkeeper. Up ahead for Pereira. Elton now free. He's got some room. Elton will wind up, and that one deflected away by the Dallas defense. Here's a run now for the Sidekicks, but too far up ahead.
It's going to be 3 lines.
3 lines on William.
Watch, they're subbing. Hold on, watch here. Oh, they were stopped.
They were going to sub. Yeah, that's a good call, Andrew.
They had been caught on that last night a couple times where they were doing that, and the referees were waiting to take a look at it, and everybody was watching, and the coaches, they all went for the sub, and the coaches stopped it. Good job by the coaches there.
Free kick, yellow line for the Sidekicks. Blocked by Healy. Donatelli in control. Well, that's a foul from behind. So now with 1:05 left in the half, the Blast will have a free kick.
There's a replay. It looked like that time Donatelli got caught by the turf monster more than anything else, but got the call there.
Less than a minute now to go in the half.
See that often. Vinny down there cherry picking.
Defense was with him. Good settle by Vinny, but it did escape him, though, at the end. Blast will be content here to set it up now with about 40 seconds left to play in the half. A little pressure here from the Sidekicks. Nice turn there by Healy to get it towards midfield quickly. Mello now with some speed. Oh, that one was just wide. A rocket from John Mello.
Well, you pressure and you can get a good outlet pass. you can do some damage. And Healy made a great pass to Mello. And it was like a mini 2-on-2, and Mello had a step. And he just unleashed a shot. It just missed. 99%
of the other players in this league, when they're trying to clear like Pat was there, they just kick it out blindly. Pat sets up a beautiful pass for Goldsteins.
Here's a good ball for Lucas. Off the boards, didn't get enough pop on it. Macias makes the play, and that should do it here in the first half. And it does, and a successful return to Baltimore for Pat Healy with a goal and an assist in the first half. Tony Donatelli with a couple of goals, Paul, and the Blast leading at 3-0 at the half.
A good overall first half of play for the Blast. They killed off an early power play for Dallas, killed another one off later in the half, and overall playing a solid defensive half of soccer. And again, Donatelli, 3 goals in Dallas. He's got 2 goals here tonight in the first half here in Baltimore.
And Andrew, you talked earlier tonight about Dallas's travel travails, not getting into Baltimore till 5:30. Do you get the sense that they're dragging right now?
Well, they definitely were feeling good early on, but you can tell the scores kind of got in there. You watch the goaltender walk off there, limping, dragging. Yeah, definitely 100% after that second quarter. Dallas looks like a tired team.
Shots after the first 2 periods, Blast 15.
Every day, all across Maryland, we help employers keep workers safe from accidents and injuries. We're Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company, formerly IWIF. At Chesapeake Employers, workers' compensation insurance and workplace safety have been our mission and passion for nearly 100 years, and will be for 100 more. We help protect Maryland workers because
at the end of every workday, someone's waiting for your safe return.
Connect with your local agent or visit us online.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Your attention to the midfield area. Joining our Baltimore Blast cheerleaders, please welcome the Junior Blast Cheerleaders.
ooh, hey, hey, turn up. Ooh, ha, ha, hey, hey, turn up. Ooh, hey, hey, turn up. Ooh,
Nothing makes it got another hit.
Juju on that beat, juju on that beat, juju on that, juju on that, juju on that beat. Now slide, chop, hit them for no stop, ayy. Don't stop, ayy. Don't stop, ayy. Run a man on that beat, ayy. Run a man on that beat, ayy. Run a man on that beat, ayy. Run a man on that beat. Now do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, ayy. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, ayy. Bitch can't whip like me, can't really rock like me, can't walk like me, can't hit the corn like me, ayy. Bitch can't drop like me, can't hit the folks like me, can't nay like me, can't Dito shuffle like me, like no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't do it like me, no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't do it like me, no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't do it like me, no, bitch can't do it like me, bitch can't do it like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders and all the Junior Blast cheerleaders. Great job, ladies. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting set for our Mr. Tire kicking contest. Now, our contestant tonight is going to get 3 chances to go home a winner here tonight. Should our contestant put one of those soccer balls through the small tire in the middle, he's going to go home tonight with a $100 gift certificate, courtesy of our great sponsors from Mr. Tire. Now, should he hit that medium tire on the left-hand side, he's going to go home tonight with a $50 gift certificate, courtesy of Mr. Tire. And should he happen to get one of those soccer balls through the right-hand side on that tire, he's going to go home with a $25 gift certificate, courtesy of Mr. Tire. Now let's meet tonight's contestant. He's a good buddy of mine, James Size. James, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, James, you're going to get 3 chances to go home tonight a winner. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Mr. Tire wants to send you home a winner. Here comes James Size with shot number 1. Ooh, real close. We'll reset that tire. Almost a $50 gift certificate. All right, James, shot number 2. Put it through that middle one. Go home tonight, a $100 winner. Oh, he hit the tire. Got close. Final chance for James Size. Come on, crowd. Let's get behind James. Shot. Oh, we're going to give him one more. One more chance. All right, James. Shot. No good. Having a nice round of applause for James Size, tonight's Mr. Tire kicking contestant. And our thanks to our great sponsors from Mr. Tire for sponsoring tonight's kicking contest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, got another very special kicking contest. We've got the Jimmy Mathis kicking contest. Now, Jimmy just arrived, so we're all set to have our contest. Ed Hale Jr. is going to take on Jimmy Mathis. Now, what's going to happen here is Ed Hale Jr. will shoot against Jimmy. 3 attempts at scoring. If Jimmy should win tonight's contest, 100 tickets will go to the Baltimore City Rec and Parks Children. And if Ed Hale Jr. wins, 50 tickets go to the Baltimore City Rec and Parks Children's Center. All right, so we've got Jimmy taking on Ed Hale Jr. Now, Ed Hale Jr. is not a ringer. He has no soccer experience. Jimmy, are you ready? All right. Here comes Ed Hale Jr. First shot. Oh! A left-footed stinger right through. 1-0. Shot number 2. Watch that left foot, Jimmy. A little swag out there. Shot, and Jimmy with the save. So Ed scores 2. Now we're going to bring Jimmy out. He's going to shoot on Ed. Oh, yeah. It's a shootout. All right, Jimmy, you're going to need to put in all 3 to go home tonight a winner. 100 tickets go to the Baltimore City Parks and Rec Council. That one was wide right. All right, Jimmy. The best you can hope for is a tie, and then we'll have a shootout. Second shot. And a save. We're going to give Jimmy one last shot anyway. See if he can prevent the shutout. All right, Jimmy, take your time. Out and a goal in the upper corner. Having a nice round of applause for Ed Hale Jr. Jimmy Mathis, tonight's Jimmy Mathis kick-out contestant. We're proud to recognize 2 local high school soccer teams for their success on the field this past season. We'd like to honor them here tonight. First of all, we'd like to honor the Meade High School boys. The Meade High School varsity boys soccer team were Anne Arundel County champions this year. They finished the season with 55 goals for, which was the most in school history, and only 11 goals against. Meade had 3 boys make the first team all-county team. They were defender Christian Best, forward Silas Baker, and Sam Solomon. Sam was also the Anne Arundel County Player of the Year. Congratulations to the Meade High School boys varsity soccer team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to recognize the Centennial High School girls varsity girls soccer team. They finished the year as 3A South Regional champions and 3A state semifinalists. They finished with a record of 13 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie, recording 10, count them, 10 shutouts in the process. They had 7 all-county selections, including Jasmine McCree. In addition to all county honors, was also selected to the Maryland Coaches All-State First Team, the Baltimore Sun All-Metro Second Team, and the Washington Post All-Metro First Team. Let's give a big round of applause for the Centennial High School girls varsity girls soccer team. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for both of our leaders here tonight, the Meade High School boys and the Centennial High School girls soccer teams.
Well, here we go. Gary Stein, Paul Mittermeier, and Andrew Primrose back at you here from Royal Farms Arena. The Blast leading the Dallas Sidekicks 3-0 here at the half. Tony Donatelli with a couple of goals. Pat Healy with a goal and an assist. William Vanzella has faced 5 shots from Dallas. And the Blast right now leading Dallas at the half. 3-0 is the score at the half. And Paul, all in all, really Blast controlled possession and really made Macias work for the Dallas Sidekicks.
And the highlights, there's the shootout, and the sequential power play was killed off, and then Donatelli from the bad angle there, off the defender, and then great feed from Healy to Donatelli for the goal. Welcome back, Pat Healy, to Baltimore. And then we see great save by Macias there as the Blast had multiple chances. Look at this, as Dantas with a nifty backheel pass to Healy, who's on the back post, to give the Blast a 3-0 lead. And really, look at this save by Macias. You could be 6-7, 8-0 right now if it wasn't for the Sidekicks goalkeeper. He's really kept them in the game.
Both teams kind of late getting down to the field. Speaking of that, let's go down to the field with Andrew.
Yeah, kind of weird. It was a 20-minute halftime, usually 15-minute halftimes. For some reason, 20-minute halftime here. And that 20 minutes has expired, and teams are just coming onto the field. So we see Macias just coming on to the field for Dallas, and Dallas coaching staff walking on. It's a weird delay there. Not sure what happened to teams in the locker room, but a long time there. I don't know if that played into the fact that Dallas is tired, and you wonder how much longer they want to be sitting with those legs in the shape that they're in.
Again, in case you're joining us late, the Sidekicks had some travel issues today coming from Florida up here to Baltimore. Didn't get in to town basically until about 5:30 this afternoon. Didn't even go to the hotel. Made their way right to the arena here tonight to play a 7:05 game against the Blast.
Yeah, the other thing I want to bring up here too, Paul and Gary, is we wait. We see Paul adjusting his pants. Hi, Paul.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice shot there. 15 shots on goal for the Blast, 5 shots for Dallas at halftime. Kind of interesting. It mirrors that game down in Dallas we talked about earlier. That game ended with the Blast having 30 shots on goal and Dallas only having 12. So right now, even the Blast on pace to best that 12 shots allowed, with only allowing 5 in the first half.
Well, and I think that's indicative of obviously playing back-to-back, and also for the Blast, it's been a nice job. We talked about them wanting to possess the ball tonight and make Dallas chase, and that's why I thought that first goal was important. Dallas had a chance to get it on the power play. They didn't. The Blast did, and then the Blast went to their game, which was possession, and forcing Dallas to kind of chase them around and try to win possession back. And it's been all Blast so far, and the Blast have executed what they wanted to accomplish. After that long road trip, they come back home and really have felt comfortable here at the Royal Farms Arena.
And, one of the results of that strategy, Paul, that possess and chase, is Cameron Brown hasn't really had a lot of opportunities for Dallas, and he's scoreless right now.
Yeah, he's the 22-game streak is in jeopardy as we start play here in the second half. And Vanzella is hunting the shutout.
Last time we were here, Vanzella shut out the Florida Tropics 7-0, so he's gone 6 consecutive quarters now without allowing a goal here in Baltimore. Right off the bat, little header towards Vanzella from Aguayo. And the Blast now will control from inside their own end. Elton back there on the field along with Donatelli. Dantas, Healy, and Pereira. Vanzella in goal for Baltimore. Up ahead, Dantas. That's a good ball now from Elton. And a spill down low. It'll be a foul on Dallas.
Holding on Binning as he took Dantas to the ground. And this is a real good restart chance for the Blast.
They shouldn't be able to have a wall between there and the goaltender.
You can't. They'll move him back. And then they'll move forward again when he leaves. It's the MASL shuffle.
Dantas trying to thread the needle there, and on the other side it was Elton trying to bounce one in.
Elton did a smart thing there. He hit it off the turf, and it almost bounced in over top.
Pereira trying to use that speed. Gets by Garza.
Like a wrecking ball goes through everyone and comes back to the other side with the ball.
Talk about that high shot that Elton tried to take there. Macias, not a big goaltender, not physically very large. Been incredibly active tonight, very athletic, but a smaller guy, so good strategy to try and go up on him.
Paul, you said it good early. You said he basically looks like your kid brother. And he does.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's like 13, 14, you know?
Not playing like it.
No, not at all.
That's
no.
absolutely true. And the other guy they got, Gamboa, is pretty good too. Kick-in blast here now, just underway in the third. Rosedale Roofing, for 50 years, has proudly served the Baltimore region, making a big impact in our community. Honesty and service is what you can expect nearly every time, not nearly every time, with Rosedale Roofing. Visit us online at rosedaleroofing.com today. Nice work here by the blast. That's Roquet, just wide.
Roquet's drug it through and then just kept going, and he almost parlayed that into a goal.
Roquet still inside the box, picked up by Binning. Off the boards, Binning makes the play.
Dallas's defense right now is like they're a man down.
Coming free is DeSantos from Roquet, and it's 4-0 blast.
He just kept fighting. And eventually the blast ended up on the ball ended up on the foot of DeSantos, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Roquet kept it alive. He just kept fighting, and there's nothing Macias can do about this one. Point blank, just can't. You're not big enough. And DeSantos puts it home from Roquet.
That's the second goal for DeSantos this year. The first assist for Roquet in his first game. Time of the goal, 1:54 of the third, 4-0 blast.
Goal scored by number 12, Adriano Dos Santos. Assist to number 8, Lucas Roque. Time of the blast, fourth goal, 1:54. Last goal scored by
And for Roquet now in his 80th career game for the Blast, that's his 35th assist and his 135th point. Correction, 133rd point. And he has delivered many a highlight for the Blast, including the game winner in the championship against Missouri back in 2013. And then last year, 2 huge goals in the conference finals against Missouri to get the Blast to the final against Sonora. I mean, for years to come, we'll be reliving those highlights.
It's interesting. The ball had gone over the boards in a place that was kind of hidden, so they lost it there and had to switch to a backup goal. And apparently the player's unhappy with the inflation level of that ball.
Deflategate. Soccer style.
The league supplies the balls in the MASL, not the Blast.
Still, I'm just making a point. You know, I'm not talking. I'm just going to do play-by-play from now on.
I'm just trying to alleviate the controversy.
By the way, I've gotten a lot of support on knock hockey from fans who have texted me.
There's an outpouring.
Surprised
an outpouring
people
from the
at that
fans.
age know how to text.
Yeah, so apparently, oh my God. So apparently you guys are in the minority.
Well,
having their grandkids texting.
Oh, man. Here's Macias now with a good ball up ahead, but broken up by Elton. Or correction, by Hoxie back there. Dallas trying to control it now in the midfield. Here's Lovegrove. He's been quiet tonight, too. Jamie Lovegrove came in with 14 goals in 10 games. That one redirected by Healy out in front. The Blacks look to break away here.
Almost jinxed it there, Gary. He had a good shot there, and Pat Healy got in front of it and does what he does best.
Well, I'll go further then. Lovegrove and Brown have combined for 34 goals this year.
Wow.
And they have nothing tonight.
Juwan Pereira off the bench just blew by 2 defenders for Dallas and had a great chance.
He is running at a whole nother speed from anybody else on that field right now.
Mello with a good chance off Dantas. And that one saved by Macias, caught by Macias. Blast now back in possession again. Boy, Dallas can't just do anything with it. Here's Elton weaving in and out of traffic. After chasing all night last night in Florida, Dallas is doing the same thing here tonight. Good break up there by Jones on Dantas, but it's over the boards. It'll be kick-in blast. Mr. Tire is your neighborhood store for great tires at a great price. Either oil change coupon in today's game program. Also Centric Business Systems, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in document management technology. Visit us at centricbiz.com. Vanzella past the yellow line. Williams got an assist tonight. Dantas with Jones, now back to midfield. Pereira. Now onto the foot of Pat Healy. Good ball up ahead for Roque, picked up by Jones.
One thing I've noticed switching down here to the field level.
Beautifully done for Mello, but broken up by Dallas.
Could have been a handball, too. And the thing I love about Roque is his creativity. I mean, he's so creative on the pitch.
Nice move here by Lucas. Tried to sneak one in, upper 90. Sophie Turgu out there in midfield, keeps it alive. Here's Mello now. He's got a 7-game goal streak as well. Blast now will go back to their patented possession offense.
They do such a good job. Even when they lose possession, they rally to the ball so well that they get it right back.
Good ball here for Donatelli. Nice feed from Vanzella. Donatelli tracks it into the corner. Now they slide over on him. And Turgu again will keep it alive. That's two nice plays by Sophie here on this shift.
Paul, that kind of leads to what I was saying there is down on the field you start to hear the communication and the calls back, and it's kind of interesting because you have a mix of Brazilian players and Mexican players and American players, and so you're hearing calls in Portuguese, you're hearing in Spanish and English, but they're talking an awful lot as they're swinging this ball around, letting each other know where they're at.
And so basically, if you take the ball away from one of the Blast players, you probably have to make 2 passes to get the ball and actually win it, because that's how hard they battle to get the ball back. And a lot of times teams struggle with that.
Roque off the boards.
Oh, Roque.
He is. Oh, here's a blue card.
That was a really tough spill. He might have hurt his arm badly there. Although they're holding the trainer off to make sure, and then Ryan comes in and says, we're bringing the trainer on. Of course, once the trainer comes on, the player has to come out.
Looks like it was Mike Jones that dished it out for Dallas. And Lucas Roque, lower left of your screen, still down in the corner for Baltimore.
Here's the replay. And he looks like he caught that elbow into the boards hard, trying to break his fall.
Mike Jones.
He went to his arm immediately, grabbed it and cradled it.
35. Dallas penalty.
See if we could see that one more time. I think you can actually see the impact of the elbow on the boards. Him breaking his fall or his on the boards with that elbow. If we can just get that one more time, if possible, Chad. And there is Lucas being tended to.
You see how awkwardly he hit? Like it almost was like his hand hit the boards and then
and then quickly his elbow.
Yeah.
He's got it held close to his body. Might just be there was the funny, but I mean that's a painful.
Well, there's a lot of things that could have went wrong there. I mean, you can see how his arm was twisted a little bit. You can see the possible vibration of actually the elbow hitting the board. And you hope it's not serious for Lucas, but it doesn't look like he's moving that arm at all.
Left arm. The penalty is boarding on Jones, 2 minutes. Time of the penalty is 6:35.
And that's the other part, too. You see the work on the shoulder area as well, too, because when you get that compression in the elbow, drives it right up into your shoulder. You could possibly injure the shoulder as well.
Tony Donatelli lurking here. He's going to make a run.
That puts a sour spin on this game right now for the Blast, despite the score. Dantas with a left, that one blocked by the wall. Dantas working hard to grind that one out. Blast maintain control. Blast on the power play here. 9 for 20 for the year, 45%. And that is good for 4th in the league. On the defense, Dallas has defended 22 of 30.
Guys, got some good news. The trainer's walked away from Roque, and he's standing up at the boards, flexing his arm.
That is great news. We'll watch that. Good ball through here for now for the Blast on the power play. Blast do not have Roque out there. Donatelli, Dantas, DeSantos, and Hoxie along with Healy. Dantas now with a minute left on the power play. Cross, back post for Hoxie, too far. Dantas with a side swiper. Here comes Brown the other way, and they don't have any possession at all. Blast again, 45 seconds.
A tricky save from Macias that time as the ball changed directions on him.
Great header by Dantas across the field for Donatelli. Nice feed, and Donatelli just totally mishits that. And it'll be a goalkeeper distribution and a timeout on the field. So 6:56 now remaining in the third. The Blast on the power play for 31 more seconds, leading it 4-0. It'll give us a chance to tell you that Buffalo Wild Wings eat wings and raise funds. Stop by your local Buffalo Wild Wings to schedule your fundraiser today. Wings, beer, sports, you have to be here. Blast Soccer also brought to you by Henderson Webb, the official apartment provider of the Blast. Need an apartment? Henderson Webb offers studio, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments in and around Baltimore. To take a tour of our brand new open floor plans, call us at 410-628-1002 or visit us on the web at aptrent.com. Blast back home, guys, after the first of the year, a 4-game road swing. We haven't been home for a month, just about. Nice crowd on hand here tonight at the arena as the Blast look to defend their championship.
Well, you know, the Blast went for 4 straight on the road, and you knew if they held their own there, you come back off of that into the new year, and you have 6 of 8 at home. Really a good chance to do some damage and wrap up the division here in these next 8 games. You know, 2 games on the road at Cedar Rapids and at Milwaukee back-to-back, but other than that, everything here at the Chicken Box, as it's affectionately called, Royal Farms Arena.
And as you mentioned earlier, the division is tighter than it's been in the past. Both Syracuse and Harrisburg neck and neck right now, fighting for that second playoff spot. And Florida, for an expansion team, okay, they may not have the record. They're 4-7. They've lost 3 times to the Blast.
Lucas Roque back on the floor. Good to see.
That is great news. Blast still on the power play, and they convert. Dantas off the boards gives the Blast a 5-0 lead.
Roque with the assist.
Yeah, Lucas off the boards in front. His second straight assist of the game. What better way to get back your opponent for boarding you than helping put the ball in the back of the net?
Time of the goal, 8:23, a power play goal. Blast's 10th power play goal this year, and Vinny's 5th. Vinny's got 50% of the Blast power play goals this season. For Dantas now, that is a goal and an assist tonight. He's got 11 and 10 for 21 points. And for Roque, that's his second assist in his first game back.
Not the vision for Roque and the creativity off the boards, but not just that, but the execution. He put it right in the perfect spot on the boards where it would come right out in front to Dantas for an easy convert.
Blast have now outscored Dallas 2-0 here in the third. They lead at 5-0 for the game. Dallas doesn't have a shot yet here in the third quarter. Foul called on the Sidekicks.
That's going to be a delay.
Yeah. A yellow card has been raised by Ryan Sigich.
It's a delay of game called. And after the foul was called, he kicked the ball away to try and prevent the Blast from getting a restart. So he'll sit for 5 minutes there.
Not a power play situation.
Pushing foul on Dallas's number 2, David Kamali, free kick Blast. Dallas penalty to number 2, David Kamali. A 5-minute misconduct for delay.
The penalty is on Kamali, number 2 for Dallas. Again, not a power play situation.
Dallas penalty to number 2, David Kamali. A 5-minute misconduct for delay of the game.
5:37 left to play now in the third. Mello is tripped up in the midfield. Foul called on Jones.
Tripping foul.
Here's a replay.
Well, correction, it's Eligwe, number 20. Eligwe was the one who was involved in that collision with Vanzella in the corner earlier. Here's Hoxie now trying to move in on Aguayo.
Had two players go down and stay down for extended time periods in that corner. Good to see both of them up and running around.
There's a mistake.
Top of the box coming up for the blast on illegal procedure.
Pat running out. Him and Tony will stand over top.
Blast bring on the reinforcements here. Healy along with Donatelli. Dantas inside the box. And flanks are DeSantos and Roque. Donatelli, that one broken up by Eligwe. Open man, Dantas. He tries to come towards the boards.
Actually, D'Oliveira.
That's Elton.
Oh, that's Elton, yep. Out on the floor as well for the blast. Here's Roque now facing the keeper. Macias had to be alert. Rayleigh tries to get inside Jones, and he was held inside the box. Eligwe double teamed.
He tripped Rayleigh, and that's going to be a foul. If that's Eligwe, is that not his third foul? Or was that first foul in the first half? When him and I guess when him and Vanzella came together, that was first half, right?
That's 2 on Eligwe. Mello for the blast, broken up by the wall. Nicely done by Lovegrove, but taken back by the blast. Here's Rayleigh now in midfield for the blast. Lazy pass up ahead for Mello, and that's broken up easily by Guillen.
If you're a guy like Jeremy Rayleigh, fighting for your minutes and try and do that, he's running around hustling, but to make a pass like that, that's not a good look in the minutes that he gets. He knows he needs to do better than that.
Pereira chases the keeper. Whoa! I don't know who took it. I think maybe Elton on the sideline there. Or maybe it was Lucas. Kick in blast.
Said it's over the yellow line, so not illegal.
Donatelli will be on it for Baltimore. Coming up on a minute left to play here in the third. Blast lead it by 4. Santana ahead for Hoxie, the runner, and Santana kicks it off of the facade here behind the goal. It'll be a distribution for Macias.
That's too high.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That wasn't a field goal. That was a punt. Interesting thought there by Andrew to try and serve it up on a dish there and get the volley shot. Ordinarily, you would see that pass on that give and go, kind of that counter would be a low pass to try and set up a ball off the boards. But Andrew went up there and tried to serve it up on a little dish.
Dangerous play called on Dallas. Quick restart here for the blast. Hoxie set up by Healy, the return, and that one broken up by Ricardinho. Blast, though, keep it alive. About 30 seconds now left to play in the third. Ricardinho in the corner. Hoxie and Donatelli. 10.5 seconds left to play.
What's the call? They're going to drop it?
Yeah. Ricardinho knew he didn't have any choice, so just sat down on top of the ball.
Won by Donatelli. Held in by Elton. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's all she wrote for quarter number 3 here tonight. So the Blast outscored Dallas 2-1 in the third. The Sidekicks goal on a freak play. Cameron Brown converting, keeping his goal-scoring streak alive. But the Blast lead by 4 after 3. We'll take a timeout, come back with our fourth quarter after this.
Baseball and my family seem to go hand in hand, seem natural. Seems to be built into everything I do. I'm hardwired into MedStar Sports Medicine the same way. I pick up the phone, I call them, I go. They're the sports medicine experts. I trust them.
Your attention to the midfield area. They're not only the most beautiful, they are the most talented girls in the MASL. Please welcome your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders.
I might get your song played on the radio station. I go hard, 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 I go hard. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I say. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I say. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I say. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Do my lady run
Give it up for your Baltimore Blast cheerleaders.
All right, let's do it. Gary Stein, Paul Mittermeier, and Andrew Primrose back with you. Fourth quarter about set to get underway here at Royal Farms Arena. Blast lead Dallas 5-1. Blast about shot the Sidekicks 25-8 in this game. Andrew, what did you say the first game total was?
30-12.
So math, 55-20 through 7 quarters. Wow. They've outscored him 13-5. Donatelli had 3 goals in the first game. He's got 2 tonight. He's got 5 total goals against Dallas. Dallas will try to take it out of their own end here on the kickoff. Videla broken up by Elton. That's a battle of 2 big men. Good cross. Oh, Macias with another nice save.
Tell you what, you wonder what the score would be without him playing the way he is.
10 or 12. Easy.
And Macias alert along the boards, covers up.
Peruzzi back on the field again for the Blast.
So what number is he wearing? 25.
25.
Yep. He's got no name on the back of his jersey. Be interesting to see what he can contribute here in the second half. They really like Peruzzi.
They were on him right from the beginning as soon as they signed him. Coaching staff and the other players talking about him and what an impact he would have as a goal scorer.
Peruzzi had it on his foot there in the midfield, let it go through. Peruzzi again out of Brazil by way of Italy. Has enjoyed a nice international career. Danny Kelly really talks nicely about him.
Oh!
Right inside. That one intended for Mello. Peruzzi was also in the box for the Blast. And this is a great situation, Paul, for Peruzzi to get in. You got a fairly comfortable lead.
Yeah, just learning, trying to understand how the Blast do things.
Good cross here now for Dallas. There's Peruzzi on the defense for the Blast. Broken up inside the box.
Nice job by Danny Kelly and David Bascom here to get some players with less minutes time on the field now.
Rayleigh on the defense there with Eligwe, and Peruzzi now goes down.
He might have caught a hand or a wild arm to the face there.
Timeout on the field with 12:58 left. Trainer will go take a look at Peruzzi. That'll give us a chance to let you know that Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is committed to the health of our community and especially the health of our children. That's why Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to sponsor the Saves for Kids program with the Blast. For every save made by a Blast goalkeeper this season, Care First will donate $20 to Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Chesapeake. The goal is to reach $20,000 by the end of the season. Thank you to Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield for the Saves for Kids program. Blast Soccer also brought to you by the Embassy Suites by Hilton, Baltimore Inner Harbor, the official hotel of the Blast. Connected to the Embassy Suites is Baltimore's most sought-after venue. It's the Grand. Whether planning a corporate meeting or event, wedding, gala, or social event, contact 410-685-7777 or check them out online at thegrandbaltimore.com.
Well, Gary, Danny Kelly liked the fact Peruzzi got hurt because he was running with his runner. He was playing defense.
Well, that's what you got to do
so
if you want to get
catches on fast.
That's right. To get PT, you got to play D.
So the Dallas bench there erupting there as the stoppage of play for the injury. They decided to allow the release of the yellow card. That has to be a stoppage of play to release that after that play comes. So the bench erupted, let that happen, and Ellis off after serving his 5 minutes.
So now the Blast, or I should say the Sidekicks are down just one. Here's Rayleigh now from DeSantos. Jeremy getting some minutes here in the second half.
Actually, I think everybody's out of the box, right?
No, still.
Is everybody?
Oh, there's still one in there?
No, there isn't.
Yeah, they're
I
all.
guess they
they're
released
all
at the third quarter.
Yeah, the other one came out with about a minute left in the third.
All right, so they're at full strength now. There's Pereira, nice move. Nice play, though, by Eligwe. Or is that Jones?
Lovegrove's having a tough time, man. You can tell he doesn't have legs.
Well, yeah, I mean, he just basically impeded Pat Healy on a give and go there and committed the foul.
Well, and the foul should be called. I don't think it was intentional. I think he was trying to move, and his legs didn't follow him.
I just think he didn't want to run, so he just stepped into him. Just my opinion.
Healy, nice push up ahead for Roque. This one over the boards by Mello. Goalkeeper distribution for Macias. DNN Signs is the official sign provider of the Blast for all your signs, vehicle wraps, wall graphics, imaging solutions. Go to dnnsigns.com to see how we may serve your signage needs.
Yeah, you sit in section 228. You're not expecting to take one in the face there.
I got to pay attention.
Got to be alert. Lito's Pizza proudly sponsors the Baltimore Blast, a true Maryland original. Lito's Pizza is square because Lito Pizza never cuts corners.
Uh-oh.
Somehow Macias escapes that.
Well, Dallas really struggling defensively right now.
Every guy making a long run is just grimacing. You can tell the hamstrings, the calves pulling up. There's not a single guy out there running without pain right now for Dallas.
Here's Binning for the Sidekicks. Macias has to retreat. Make that play happen. Ricardinho out there, along with Clint Ritter. Ricardinho now in the midfield, coming up on the 11-minute mark here in the fourth. If this holds, the Blast will sweep the first two games against Dallas. In fact, that'll be it. Just the two against the Sidekicks this year. Ricardinho looking ahead, and there's a player down here, a blue card. Looks like they've spotted DeSantos. Away from the ball, and down on the floor is Videla.
And then Dos Santos just got a yellow for talking back, too. So he's got the 2 and then a 5 minute after.
It's a 7-minute penalty against DeSantos. 2 of them will be a penalty kill. There's Videla, Carlos Videla. 7 goals, 2 assists in 9 games. And looks like he'll be all right. Videla.
Oh, no, that's interesting. I guess Andrew's coming over to serve the 5-minute. I guess they're served concurrently. I always thought they were served back-to-back.
No. They're served back-to-back. It's 7 minutes, but somebody has to serve the 5.
Right.
So Andrew will be released at the 2-minute?
No.
That's correct. Yeah.
No.
No. The player. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Well, I guess they are. I mean, if Hoxie has to go for the card, then they are served. And Hoxie will do the 5. And
So what's the other guy doing in there?
The 2. There's 2 penalties.
Oh, right. There's 2 penalties. Right. DeSantos is in there for 2. Right. These penalties are concurrent. They're not one after the other.
Which, to me, I would think you'd want to just keep the one guy in the box for 7 minutes for what he did, right?
But the one guy didn't do both things.
But I think
he did.
He did. That's right. DeSantos did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what they're saying is they're going to release Andrew after 2 minutes.
And then he stays.
Out,
and he stays the right. I got you. All right, that makes sense.
I'd rather just play knock hockey. Dallas on the power play, trailing 5-1.
Power play number 3 tonight.
It's a lot of penalties for the Blast tonight.
Yeah.
They committed only 8 all year.
I was a little lonely in here. I did just confirm. So Andrew will come out at the 2-minute penalty. So he's got 1 minute left. And then he'll come out, and Dos Santos will serve the other 5 minutes after that.
There's not a lot of room in that box, is there, Andrew?
No, it's pretty roomy, actually. It's nice. Got a water bottle down here. It's lovely.
Is it furnished?
Oh, we have 2 chairs. If we get somebody else, we're going to run out of chairs.
Do the players squirt water at you while they're in there?
Not yet.
What about a lamp? Does it have a lamp?
Plenty of lighting.
I want to make that suggestion, by the way.
What, that they should squirt?
Squirt water.
Oh, absolutely. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Sidekicks. Videla, the target man. Up top now for Ricardinho. Brown with a shot and the rebound and a score for Videla.
Just like that, Dallas right back in this game.
Carlos Videla had gone 4 straight games without a goal, and he breaks it here tonight with a power play goal. Time of the goal, 5:56 of the 4th. And you're right, Paul, this is far from over. And I believe it's the assist to Cameron Brown.
Dallas power play goal scored by number 91, Carlos.
Really what Dallas has to do now, though, is don't allow the Blast to score right away. Florida killed Dallas last night. Every time Dallas would score to get close, it was right away, Florida come right back and put the ball in the back of the net.
Videla now 8 goals, 10 points this year. Brown now with another point. He's got 21 and 9. He's got 30 points on the year. He came into the game number 4 in the league in points scored, number 5 in goals. And a mistake by William over the boards. It'll be kick in Dallas now with 8:22 left to go. Donatelli in the midfield. Here's Hoxie now. He's got some room.
Oh.
And into the back of the net. A great left-footed finish.
That's Elton.
And that's his first goal of the campaign.
Well, just deflected right to him. Got a break. And he did not make a mistake there as he drills it into the corner with the left foot.
That's a big momentum-swinging goal for the Blast. Time of the goal, 6:54 of the 4th. Elton de Oliveira gets his first goal of the campaign. His first point, his first indoor goal for the Blast. And Hoxie gets the assist for the Blast. So Andrew on the board now. That's 4 for him for the year, 11 points.
Top of the last 6 goals, 6-54.
6-2 is the score.
Well, Paul, you said don't do that if you're Dallas.
It wasn't immediate. It was only about 2 minutes, but still, that's just a killer. I mean, you're fighting to get back in the game, and you just can't keep the ball out of your net.
Dallas bench and Dallas coaching staff absolutely losing their mind right now.
Over what exactly?
Just the multitude of fouls that have gone against them in their mind. What they're seeing is that a continuation of fouls that they're not getting the calls on. And I think tired, travel. I think they're just a little upset and tired.
Nice work here by Healy. Tries to get the return from Dantas. Good work by Vinny to keep that one alive for the Blast. Blast getting well-balanced scoring tonight. A pair from Donatelli. Healy's got one. DeSantos, Dantas. And a goalkeeper distribution now for Macias.
That'll be the official's timeout as well.
It'll give us a chance to tell you that if you're looking to refinance or buy a home.
What's in a name? If you're looking for tires, Mr. Sushi won't help. The only name to trust is Mr. Tire. Because at Mr. Tire, everything is included for one low price. Save on an oil change, too. Get to Mr. Tire today.
Donatelli escapes that. Blast now will just try to rag as much time as they can. They started this possession at 6:48. They've had it for a minute.
I mean, they haven't even crossed midfield yet.
Santana on the receiving end. Now they do. Took them a minute 7.
That one went way wide, but that was a beautiful setup.
That'll be a foul on Dallas with 5:33 left in the game. Blast have controlled it for a minute 15 here in the fourth.
On the Sidekicks, number 15, Cameron Burrow. Free kick placed.
Dallas probably going to look to go sixth attacker here soon. I can see them getting the shirt ready on the bench.
Oh, Peruzzi with the first goal.
Wide open inside the box. What a debut for Peruzzi here tonight.
That was pretty easy.
Yeah, he didn't do much. 7-2 Blast. Time of the goal, 9:45.
Yeah. Look who set that all up. Tony Donatelli.
For Peruzzi, that is goal number 1 of the career. And for Donatelli, that's point number 3 tonight. Donatelli with 13 goals, 11 assists, 24 points. He now has 292 points in his career.
Dallas is gone to the sixth attacker. Cody Ellis has come on.
Assist to number 11, Tony Donatelli. Time on the Blast, 7th goal, 9:45.
7-2 Blast, sixth attacker time.
Assist to number 11, Tony Donatelli.
Kind of interesting, Cody Ellis wearing a pullover, like a sweatshirt as his sixth attacker jersey.
It's a little chilly in here.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one before.
A lot chillier here than it was in Florida. I'll tell you that. It was 40 degrees today in Houston, by the way. That's pretty cold.
Thanks, Gary.
Guys want to come over and play some knock hockey later?
Do you know what temperature it is in Seattle right now?
I'll check.
I would say mid-30s.
I'll make some cocoa. We'll have a tournament.
What, a knock hockey tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll show you the finer points. 4:15 left in this one. That one gets by William, stays in the box, though.
And Pat does what he does best, pulls it back out of the net.
Not only that, but keeps it in play.
Cody Ellis got to run this one down.
Most guys just jam that over the boards at the top of the arc, restart. He just kind of touched it to the corner, and Blast end up clearing.
Dos Santos has served his penalty, so now just waiting for a stoppage to get back on the field from his 5-minute misconduct.
Mike Jones on a run.
Oh, Donatelli looking for the hat trick there. He passed.
Lovegrove, after his third foul, now gets a blue card.
There's a heap in the midfield.
Mello's
heap
down.
of bodies.
The heap is on. Did you guys get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Got it. Andrew, you?
Yep.
Cool.
I didn't call it on Lovegrove, though.
Dallas penalty to number 3, Mike Jones.
Called it on Mike Jones.
Time of the penalty, 11:45.
They bring off the sixth attacker, and they bring back in the goalkeeper now with the Blast in possession. Not 100% sure why.
Well, we only have 3 players on the field.
The Blast start now on the power play.
Now they got 4.
That one's just wide.
I kind of wonder what the Blast are going to do. Luca's like, I got this.
Back in goal for the Sidekicks, number 12, Eduardo Chocho Macias.
Well, what started out as a pretty free-flowing first half has turned into a heavily officiated second half.
Yeah, it's a hack fest here. Donatelli, nice ball. Inside for Dantas, broken up by the Dallas defense. 2:40 left.
Tell you what, Macias is probably 3-line pass.
Yep.
Macias has played probably the best 7-goal game you're ever going to see.
That's true. Yeah, he has been all over the place.
I remember last year, I want to say it was Brian O'Quinn had a game here in Baltimore. He made like 20 saves and gave up 10 goals.
Oh, how about that save?
Macias again. Still got a minute left on the power play, a little more. Blast hunting for one more. Here's Healy. Oh, wide open. If he can settle. Dantas just high. They had 2 chances on that one.
Call that crossbar.
Still got 40 seconds left on the power play. Back post, they were trying. This will be a corner kick now.
Dos Santos is down there. Nobody is marking Dos Santos on the back post. He's been open for like about 30 seconds.
I think he's still in the box.
Not Dos Santos. Who's down there?
No, Dos Santos is. I'm saying they think he's still in the box. That was weird. Pat Healy, it's another 3-line. Pat Healy missed the kick, just kind of nudged it, and then he stood around waiting to see if they would give him another restart, and Dallas started playing.
1:45 left.
Dallas, free kick blast.
Pat Healy on it for the blast. 2-man wall. 25 seconds left on the power play. Blast have a power play goal tonight, courtesy of Dantas. Vinny in the middle. Wide open there, corner. Dantas again, that's kicked away. I didn't think the arena was going to hold that one.
Teams are back, gaining strength.
Dantas just wide. And almost in off of Brown. And finally Macias covers up and calls a timeout. 1:05 left to go in this one. So it's been a strange trip for Dallas this weekend. They go to Florida, get beat there by the Tropics 8-6, then barely get here to Baltimore on time for the game. Got into town at 5:30 p.m. and then ran into a very focused and rested Blast team, smarting off a loss against Harrisburg last week, and the Blast kind of paced them a little bit here tonight, Paul, 7-2.
Yeah, from the beginning, have been in control here and got that early goal, got the nice play from Donatelli early, done a little bit of everything, killed some penalties, played good defense, and ultimately will walk out of here with a win to get back in the win column.
Ellis back on as the 6th attacker.
Have you ever seen 5 goals scored in the last minute and 5 seconds of a game? I know we've seen some strange things in the history
Not 5.
of indoor soccer, but I think that's something I've never seen.
I think 3 is the most.
Blast will take a 2.5 game lead over both Harrisburg and Syracuse in the division. Dallas will fall to 4-8. There'll be 7 losses behind Sonora in the Southwest.
Look at that pressure.
Last minute of play in regulation.
Milwaukee beat St. Louis this afternoon 5-3. Saved by Vanzella with 51 seconds left. Milwaukee now 6-5.
William has not stopped staring down. But look at he's not even paying attention to the corner kick.
I guarantee you he's still bitter about the
board. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right, and he was giving him the business the whole time.
If there's one guy he's not going to let score on him, it's him.
Yep.
Ellis with a drive just high. Lovegrove over to Ellis. Here's Videla. He's got one of the 2 tonight for Dallas. 35 seconds left. Blast fans are up on their feet. Their hometown team won a game tonight. Open up the new year at home with a win.
Nice overall effort by the Blast on both ends of the floor. And a solid victory over Dallas. And the Blast are back on track.
William Vanzella was sharp tonight in goal. He gets the win. He is 7-3. And William now runs his career record to 64-17. Players exchanging hands, and again, Dallas will get some, hopefully some rest now. Hopefully they have a better flight back to Dallas than they did here to Baltimore.
Welcome back, Lucas Roque and Pat Healy.
No doubt, and welcome to Daniel Peruzzi.
Got his first career goal tonight.
William Vanzella exchanging hugs with our Andrew Primrose down there. The players will now do their customary lap.
Here's the save of the game from Vanzella. You know, William also had an assist in the game as well on that first goal by Donatelli. That was our first play. You know, last night Dallas scored a goal against the Tropics, kicking the ball through the wall, but this time they got it through the wall, but Vanzella was ready and in good position to make that save.
Player of the game tonight is Pat Healy.
Henderson Webb, player of the game with $1 assist, Pat Healy. And now we take it over to Andrew for a post-game interview with Pat Healy. Andrew.
Thanks, guys. Down here with Pat. His kid's coming over. Talked with Pat, and he said, I don't deserve this. Like, we're not going to give it to him. Come on. Pat, first game back. Talk about the emotions of coming back to the team and what this win meant for you guys.
Yeah, the last weekend, up and down. Didn't feel it on myself a little bit. Try to get the fitness in, and then had a good first half, and then led to a good victory.
Pat, let's start with the defensive end. Williams solid again. You guys, overall, this is a very good Dallas team with some strong guys up front. Talk about shutting them down, in particular Brown for them. He got a goal, but you guys did a pretty good job with him all night.
Yeah, the goal was not let him score. I wanted the streak to end tonight, but he's a good player. He finds ways to score goals. Him, Lovegrove, Ricky, they're good players. They're a good team. They keep the ball very well, and we were able to throw them off a little bit with our defense and create goals, got an early lead, and that's Baltimore Blast soccer.
Hey, Pat, I wonder, you were out for the first, 7 games, I guess, this year. You come back on the road. I know 7 games isn't a long time, but is there anything different or new or something you see after kind of watching it from a distance for a couple of months?
If it was longer, maybe. No, but 7 games, half a year. Just getting together with the guys, what they want to do, what I want to do, and then just gelling for the playoffs.
Talk to us about the goal. Playing with guys like Dantas and Roque, I guess you always have to be ready because those guys are so creative in getting you the ball. That was a great play by Vinny to get you the back heel and set you up in front.
Yeah, I kind of messed up the play. Turning was kind of open. I made a different decision. And I didn't feel like I made a great run, and Vinny found me somehow.
Pat, it looks like if we keep you any longer, you're going to get harassed there, so we're going to let you go. Pat Healy, congratulations and welcome back.
Thanks, Pat.
And that is Pat Healy, our player of the game tonight. And we talked about it earlier. What a big boost now for the Blast. It's like they made 2 trades and didn't have to give up anybody, and here we go.
No, we talked to Pat. How about Lucas Roque tonight, who comes back and really, just jumps right in. 2 assists, 2 beautiful assists on 2 goals tonight for the Blast in that third quarter. And Lucas is back. Pat's back on the back line. It almost seems like everything's ready to go for the Blast as they make this run down the stretch.
And then in the fourth quarter, with the Blast pretty much in control of it, how about the contribution of Elton and Peruzzi getting their first ever goals, and what kind of confidence that gives them going forward?
Absolutely. I mean, you got guys that are trying to find their way and, understand the system and fit in, especially Elton defensively, as he's battled all year long on that back line. And all of a sudden he gets a goal, gets some confidence. Daniel Peruzzi, who's just trying to learn the system and get himself acclimated to the town and everything else, gets a pretty easy chip in that fourth quarter. So both those guys, good job getting goals, and it's just going to help both their confidence.
So that'll do it for our broadcast here tonight. The Blast victorious over the Dallas Sidekicks. 7-2 is the final. Up next for the Blast, Coach Dennison Cabral and the Harrisburg Heat come to town next week to the Royal Farms Arena. Should be a good one. Game time 7 p.m. right here on MASL TV. For my